Now on BBC One, it's time for the news where you are. Goodbye.
Hello and welcome to East Midlands Today. I'm Nicola Gilroy. First this afternoon, the NFU in the East Midlands is calling on the government to set minimum food targets for the UK. They say without them, there could be a risk that shoppers will see empty supermarket shelves in the future. It comes as thousands gathered for the Southwall ploughing match near Newark, which has been running for more than 160 years, as Jodie Law reports.
From livestock to vintage machinery, thousands of people flock to the Southwall ploughing match today. This is a chance for those in the agricultural industry to show themselves off to the local community.
I think it's important to get everyone together. I guess farming is a fairly lonely industry. We're working on our own on the farms, so it's good to get with your fellow farmers, fellow people that work in the industry. It's a good day out.
Despite the positive atmosphere here today, there are challenges facing the industry. The NFU says the UK only produces 60% of the food we need, and that's an issue.
With the global situation where we get crises like Ukraine and we get shortages of water in Spain, we're not going to just be able to pick up the phone and get food from elsewhere. So we need some commitment to growing food in this country so we're self-sufficient here.
Why do you think the government are reluctant to commit to food targets when you already have environmental targets for farmers?
I know we need as cheap food as possible, especially in the crisis we've got at the moment with the economy, but we need to have that sustainable food going forwards and making sure that the shelves are full.
It's a sentiment that's echoed over at the farmers' market.
With all the tariffs being reduced for bringing in meat and other things from abroad, it's just the government seems to have a theory that it's okay, we'll just buy it in cheaper abroad, which is the wrong way of doing it. We can produce a lot of fantastic food here on our doorstep and be nearly self-sufficient, and we're nowhere near self-sufficient in a lot of things.
A spokesperson from the Department for Environment, Food and Rural Affairs says we're committed to backing farmers so we can grow our economy and deliver food security. We are maintaining the £2.4 billion annual farming budget and investing in productivity and innovation. Jodie Law, BBC, East Midlands Today, near Newark.
A man has been charged with murder after a woman was found dead in her flat in Beeston. Officers discovered the body of 46-year-old Ruth Houghton at an address in County Close in the town on Monday. A 50-year-old man, also of County Close in Beeston, was arrested on suspicion of murder and appeared at Nottingham Magistrates Court this morning. He will appear at Nottingham Crown Court at a later date. 8 bare-chested men have appeared on a billboard in Grantham this week with an important message that they too can get breast cancer. 400 men are diagnosed with the disease every year in the UK. The huge electronic billboard on Holloxton Road has been organised by local campaigner Rachel Bradley, herself diagnosed with breast cancer during lockdown.
Not a lot of men realise that they can get breast cancer too. There's a perception with guys that they have moobs, pecs, but actually they are breasts and they have breast tissue and they can get breast cancer just as well as women can.
My uncle had breast cancer and not many males get it, so it's about 400 a year. So for me it's very important to make people more aware of it.
Projects at Woollerton Hall and Newstead Abbey will benefit from a £1.4 million grant awarded to Nottingham City Council. Over the next 3 years, the Arts Council England funding will be used to transform Woollerton's galleries and park, as well as a newly crafted in clay exhibition at Newstead Abbey. It'll also provide free museum membership for some young people and support for community festivals. Now let's take a look at the weather forecast. Here's Sarah with all your details.
Good evening. Well, we did see a small amount of rain connected to the weather front that was moving up from the southwest through today. We might just still see the odd heavy burst at times, mainly into the early hours, and it is going to be a breezy and mild night tonight. So that weather front departs, it heads up towards the northeast of the country. The one following in behind that then starts to appear across parts of Derbyshire, maybe into North Nottinghamshire, and the daytime temperature through tomorrow will gradually start to increase. Now, once this weather front starts to sink southwards, we've got some very humid air starting to arrive across the country. Doesn't produce a great deal of rain tomorrow, and we will get to see the odd brighter interval later in the day, but a maximum daytime temperature of 21 Celsius.
Well, that's it for now. Don't forget, I'm back tomorrow at 6:05. Until then, from me and the weekend team, have a very good evening. Bye-bye.
Good afternoon. Warm, quite humid.